still so new. So like my mind has grown literally every month and breaking records. But I'll never forget early November, a dropshipper, young guy, 22 years old. He came on the platform and he had 3 products and was scaled up to over $130,000 a day. And I'd never seen anything more than 75K a day.
Bam! Listen, guys, we got a platform that I think is really making a lot of waves. We're talking about Newsbreak. We're talking about Ryan Ludlow. He's a general manager at Newsbreak. What is Newsbreak and what's it doing and how's it helping affiliates?
Newsbreak is the US leading most downloaded local news app. We have 10 million daily active users. More than that, we're an engineering-led company that focuses on essentially content recommendation system. As we continue to grow though, what we've done is we built in-house media. So we monetize and we mediate our own inventory. The ad platform is a significant part of it.
It's these newer platforms where you can really make some waves. So what's popping right now, right?
We allow app install on platforms, and what I'm seeing is that there is a lot of low overhead companies getting created around the utility app space. But these are essentially like 2-person, 3-person teams that are building these apps. I think it's something that this crowd today is unaware of.
In terms of like lead generation, do you have any examples of how someone's used Newsbreak?
Home service lead gen is one of our top categories on the platform. You know, when it comes to the vertical, I've seen all verticals work. Leaf, filter, gutters, bathroom remodels, backyard revamping.
In a few months, we have open enrollment. Medicare is coming up, right? You got Affordable Care Act stuff. There's been a lot of regulation. But do you see people using your platform for that stuff?
Absolutely, yeah. We get a lot of that demand, but you know, there's still room for more.
Bam! Listen, guys, there's always innovation going on. There's always new platforms, right? We got a platform that I think is really making a lot of waves. Of people, I know guys are putting a lot of big numbers on there. I'm talking about 6 figures a day. It might be 7 figures a day. I know a guy doing 6 figures a day on this platform. We're talking about Newsbreak. We're talking about Ryan Ludlow. He's a general manager at Newsbreak. Great to have you on the show, man.
Likewise.
Listen, guys, we had some technical difficulties. We met in Budapest. We did an interview and something got fucked up with the audio, so we didn't get something got messed up. We didn't get the whole thing, but this one is not getting messed up. We're triple checking this shit. We got AI in this and we ain't fucking around. So Ryan, man, you're here at the show, right? I met you at Affiliate World. I think I first heard about you. It may have been Geek Out. Did you guys sponsor the Geek Out in New York?
Geek Out in New York.
Were you at that event?
Your point, yeah.
I didn't see you there, which is crazy. You know what? I was there for like 2 hours. I had my daughter with me, and I brought her. I got a funny story. So my daughter was 12 at the time. She was doing some schoolwork. So she's outside, and she's doing work out there. People thought she was like a media buyer. People were like, yo, they got young media buyers. I should make her a fucking media buyer. But that event was great, man. I mean, you had that Under Armour was there. They had a UFC fighter. It was great, man. Bo Nickel, yeah.
You know, I was apprehensive, right? There's people trying to get me to sponsor every event all the time. And it's my job to be critical and make sure, does it actually worth our money? So I was pretty transparent to Jordan and James, like, I don't know about this. I'm a little apprehensive, but we did it. And I promise I will sponsor every Geek Out looking forward or be in attendance for it. It's a place to be.
I love it. And you know what? And at the end of the day, is the captive audience. They're all media buyers that are in there, right? And I saw you at Affiliate World, right? You're here right now today. So let's talk about Newsbreak and let's just dumb it down, because I think sometimes I assume the audience knows what the fuck's going on. What's this or what's that? This terminology. What is Newsbreak and what's it doing and how is it helping affiliates?
Good.
And the audience.
Yeah. So like first starting at a high level, Newsbreak is the US leading most downloaded local news app. We have 10 million daily active users, 40 million monthly, but more than that, we're an engineering-led company that focuses on like all the AI buzzwords, all the tech buzzwords, but it's essentially content recommendation systems. When you're a new user in our app, we show you a bunch of different content. Depending on how you engage with it, we serve you similar content. We build user profiles. If you're a similar user profile and I'm reading something about the Raiders and maybe me and you read similar articles, we'll start to show you stuff about the Raiders as well. And I am a diehard Oakland Raiders fan. I call it Oakland because growing up in the Bay Area. But, you know, it's all about the engineering capability. So we launched the platform in Q4 2022, leveraging smart bidding strategies, target CPA, max conversion. Some early advertisers arbitraged that. There were some of the first platform guys on the platform that just absolutely crushed it to the roof. As we continue to grow, though, what we've done is we built in-house mediation. So we monetize and we mediate our own inventory. The ad platform is a significant part of it, but there's also Google, there's Facebook, there's the big SSPs, there's Trade Desk. There's a lot of money that's coming into the platform and we're mediating all the ad calls. So as you're growing through the app, we're saying Google, Facebook, Newsbreak, who has the highest bid? And now that we built this solution internally, we started to give this externally as well. So we're monetizing one of the top weather partners in the US. monetizing the #1 Bible app in the US. And that's really the long-term vision in which we're headed here. Newsbreak was our flagship app and what helped us go 0 to 1 or 0 to 100 million last year, essentially, and more than doubling it this year.
So I had, prior to you coming here on the other show, I had Van Oaks here. I don't even know who Van Oaks is. The guy's a legend in space. He's got it's funny. You saw his necklace? He's got a Snapchat necklace. It's got to be 5 figures. So what happened when he was the first media buyer to do over $1 million on Snapchat? This was maybe 2016, I think 2017 is when it was, actually. And I remember back then, man, there were guys doing debt leads, and they were crushing it on Snapchat, right? And the key is to get into something early, right? And then ride that wave. And I feel like, listen, Meta's got its place. Respect to Meta. I mean, we do a lot of home services on their home improvement, but it's these newer platforms where you can really make some waves, man. And then when hearing what he did in Snapchat, it kind of reminds me where Newsbreak is. Like, I don't know if for the 9-inning game, like what inning do you think you guys are into this?
We're the first inning.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's what the fuck I wanted to hear.
It feels like we are still so early. Every time I come to one of these conferences, I get new ideas and think of ways that we could 10x this business. And that's ultimately the trajectory that we're on. But I'm sitting here thinking about that Snapchat necklace and thinking, do we got to get one for Eric Smith and Jason Gattasi and Ricky Labra and a lot of these OGs that found Newsbreak early? And I feel indebted to these early partners because it's all about feedback. Like, we're trying to build a performance ad platform. We need people to provide that feedback to us. What tools do you need? How should we be thinking about it? Just real feedback. How does Facebook perform? How does Taboola perform? How are we performing? And ultimately, we're taking that data, bringing it to our world-class engineering team, and that's how we got to where we are today.
And I love that you shouted those guys out, because affiliate, you know what's funny? I have a buddy of mine, he's crushing it right now, like put up stupid fucking numbers in the call center, and he's leveraged what he's made there into other investments that aren't even related to this world, right? But he was on a show recently, and he got a couple of awards. Like, you know, we a lot of us, we work, like, we're here, we go to these shows, and you get to, like, have fun, you get to party, you get to, like, release the steam. But a lot of the time you're in solitude. It's just you in front of a fucking computer, and you want recognition is what it comes down to. I love the fact that you actually shouted out some people, because it as affiliates and as media buyers and as people managing relations, you need that constant feedback loop. You need to know what's working, what's not working, because it's in everyone's best interest to have that. So
absolutely. And at the end of the day, like, I'm as humble as it can be. I'm just out here raising awareness for the platform. We have engineers that are doing the hard work, right? That's why people come to Newsbreak, because you set a conversion event and we optimize towards it. It's not because, you know, I'm a good looking Italian guy or whatever it may be, but yeah. And I think you have to understand that, right?
Yeah.
There's other people that make the end product and who we are.
Absolutely. I love that. And then we were outside, yes, when I saw you for the first time in Budapest. We have a buddy, and he's very under the radar. He doesn't like to be, you know what I'm talking about. But I saw in real time, you said you were out with him, and I don't know, maybe his cap was 10 grand that day, and he's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to add a zero. He's like 100 grand that day, just for the fuck of it, right? Because you guys were having drinks. But I remember him talking about, listen, I'm doing great with this, but I need some help with this. And you handed me the answer, listen, this is what you got to do. I'm going to contact you with this person. But, like, right on the spot, you're helping him. And at the end of the day, you help him, he's going to help you. You guys can just grow together. And this, right, trust me, the word travels fast. He tells people that Newsbreak, he's fucking crushing. 100 other people are going to find out about it, right? So that was great to see this. This is unsolicited. It happened in real time yesterday.
It's real, yeah. And you know, I noticed this flywheel, right? And with some of the reason we got to 0 to 100 million within the first year of Motua's platform.
That's amazing, by the way.
Is because we have this flywheel. Advertisers come in, they feed our ad platform a ton of data, they get good performance, they optimize, they scale, they test new products, and they tell their friends about it. And we give big referrals to, you know, partners that want to tell their friends about it. We give them a handholding. You know, anyone that you refer to the platform, give them account management. You don't get that at Facebook. You don't get that at these other platforms. And, you know, that's key to our success. And humans at the end of the day, right? We're all in this game together.
Yeah, I love it. So what's popping right now, right? Obviously, we go to these shows. A lot of people might be, James Van Elswick, I talked to him a lot about today because he's been very influential in my career, but he talked a lot about, we got beers coming, man. Look at this, white glove service. What is this? Gluten-free. This is from San Francisco. They know you're from San Francisco. It's gluten-free.
Love it. Yeah.
Shout out San Fran. I haven't been there in a long time. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's do a cheers, man. Cheers.
Let's
go. Let's fucking go, baby. What the hell is talking? It's about James, right? Okay, so he's talking about
what's working on Newsbreak.
Yeah, right? what's working on Newsbreak. He's talking about telehealth. That's something up and coming. Like, what's up and coming? What's like in the first inning, it could be ninth. What's working right now? Let's get into that.
Okay, so let's start at what's in the first inning. And we allow app install and platform, deep MMPA integrations. And what I'm seeing is that there is a lot of low overhead companies getting created around the utility app space. So VPNs, photo scanning, take a photo of a plant and it tells you what plant it is, what disease it has, and how to rectify that, how many times to water it per day. But these are essentially like 2-person, 3-person teams that are building these apps, and they're on subscription models. They're getting a $5 cost per install. They're getting the installation, and they're getting, subscription fees on top of it. I think it's something that this crowd today is unaware of, that's happening behind the scenes, and it's happening a lot in other countries like China, where there's massive development and app install in Southeast Asia. And I would love to see this kind of crew jump on it, just like how James has jumped on building out his own Medicare type of unit, or telehealth. My apologies. Yeah,
that's awesome. So what would you say? You mentioned these, like the VPNs. What else, like in terms of like lead generation, right? I come from the lead gen where most of our orders are lead gen. We have ecom guys. So let's talk about lead gen. Let's talk about ecom and something else. What can someone in lead gen, like myself, right? I do a lot of home improvement. Solar's about to take a shit. It's terrible. It is what it is. We're gonna crush it in the next few months. I'll tell you that. But let's say home improvement. We're doing a lot of roofing. Let's say we're doing insurance. Like, how can Newsbreak? Do you have any examples of how someone's used Newsbreak to really?
Yeah. So home service lead gen is one of our top categories on the platform. We do massive spend every single day. We got some of the biggest hitters in the industry working with us on that. When it comes to the vertical, I've seen all verticals work: leaf, filter, gutters, bathroom remodels, backyard revamping, like everything in between that. Where I'm seeing what's working right now is a couple of different things. Like, one is on the creative level. So when you're building the creative, I see educational work really well, UGC as well. But then on top of that is like this ASMR type of feel to it.
What's ASMR?
ASMR is like those crazy YouTube videos where it's like the nice mic and they're like cutting soap, or they're doing, but it's like aesthetically pleasing and it sounds good. So it's like this creative where they're like laying tile, and it's like fast forwarded, and it's like, so that's the one interesting tackle on the creative side. There's UGC, there's educational as well. And then one thing that we're testing right now is end cards. So, there's a lot of folks that are running on AppLovin and these other platforms, and they've told us end cards work. They improve conversion rate. So we started building it out. So if you advertise with us, reach out to your account manager and tell them that you want to start running end cards. You heard it here first at the LFG show.
Nice. I love it. Yeah. Real exclusive content. All right. So let's talk about also ecom. How's ecom doing on Newsbreak, and what are people doing?
So let me finish on the lead gen side too. It's thinking about who the users are. They're prime, they're slightly older, 45 plus, married, kids.
Do you have like breakdowns on that? Like, what percentage is over like what's male, female, what percentage is over this age group? This is the 45 plus bracket, perfect for home improvement. Yeah, that's where we crush it in.
So 56% is female. I would have to pull up the numbers right now in order to tell you what demographic is 45 plus to 65 plus, 65 and over from there. But the audience is primed for this like long form content in local news. So we actually get a bunch of user reports when people run lead gen, because they think that the ad is going straight to a local person who's going to fix their bathroom remodel. They think this is a local ad. They don't think this is coming from a national advertiser or affiliate.
But that's good for trust, though, honestly.
Exactly. Yes. And that's about fitting your ad content to the platform and the environment and our users.
Got it. So we work with a lot of we have a few big roofing brands that are pretty much national, right? And even though they might be headquartered in, I don't know where, freaking Indiana, or let's say, they do have local, they support local business, because the local reps are in maybe San Francisco. Maybe that person clicks on the ad in San Francisco. They're in San Francisco, right? The person that comes out. So you are supporting local business. So I like that aspect of it. And that resonates. That works well. So everyone wants to support local business at the end of the day, right? They don't want to deal with a person with a big ivory pillar or whatever it comes. So that's one thing I missed the boat on, is that we're doing Meta, like 75, 80% Meta. The rest is Google, YouTube. Right. So we need to diversify, because we're swimming in the same ponds as other people, man. So we're going to definitely take advantage of that.
We should. Yeah. And I think one last tip on the lead gen side of things is the dynamic copywriting, the dynamic city name, the dynamic state name. It's a way to make that ad feel more locally relevant, especially when you're running home service lead gen. And then on the ecom side of it, it's really this everyday consumer products. We're seeing everything from a push-up board, right, to the cleaning products for your home counter. It's like some kind of spray it comes with a rag. You could buy 2 for $50 or buy 3 and get another bottle free. And some of these subscription products are definitely hopping off there as well. But it's about like having this broad audience that wants to consume that product, and we're solving a pain point for like this everyday consumer, specifically a mom.
Oh yeah, listen, I tell you, man, listen, my wife is here. My wife's the best, man. We're just in fucking Milan, Nice. I got my mother-in-law too, man. Great, they're with the kids right now. She's probably coming by later, but bro, every day I come home, I got fucking 10 packages. I come home, I got the lady at the front desk. We live in this condo in Miami. Oh, you got another, like she said, we get more packs than everyone else, but she's on there. We got kids, man. The moms think about the house, right? And it's just nonstop. And dude, I'm a great consumer. I go on Instagram, I see this, I'll fucking buy this thing. Like, I don't know, we're just impulsive, man. You know, it's just crazy.
Like you.
Yeah, no, you're right. We make the fucking world go round.
So also on the ecom side is like about the creative type. There's images a little bit lower cost because it shows in the in-article placement. So as users are reading articles on Newsbreak, they see that ad, they click that ad, and ultimately they convert. But then there's also that immersive video placement as well, which is a little bit more cost, but more engaging. There's horizontal video, which is also allowed in GIFs. And I see a lot of like test, like in practice type of creatives, like product demos, like quick 1, 2, 3 before after type of shots. And that finds really great scale as well. And then listables. Anytime you could, create a listable that targets a certain demographic and solves a handful of their pain points, you're going to find success there. And throw in a Ozempic offer where you get a 350 payout and things start to add up for you.
Yeah, I love that you covered all those areas. So I was going to ask you, I know we talked about home service. That's more relevant to me, but we're about to hit, what are we in July? I don't even know. July something, right? In a few months, we have open enrollment. Medicare is coming up, right? You got Affordable Care Act stuff. There's been a lot of regulation there, but you see people using your platform for that stuff, for the insurances, for pay-per-call, and how's that going?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like we were talking earlier, there's a lot of people that made a lot of money early on arbitraging that when we didn't have that competition. And we get a lot of that demand, but there's still room for more. Our audience is slightly older, slightly female. It fits perfect for this. My recommendation to any advertisers listening to this is about passing back conversion value to us. We optimize towards a $7 lead for you, but what is the actual value to you? Is this somebody that got a Medicare plan for 5 people? If so, pass that value to us so that we're not just optimizing for a lead, but optimizing for a lead that also spends a bunch of money and is worth $500 to you and not a $10 cost per acquisition.
I'm glad you said that because, and this you just made me think of another question that's related to it, but the Latino market, right? Fucking huge. I see, we got Ian Fernando here. He lives in Brazil, right? Shout out to Brazil. I've been to Colombia, econ. I'm a big fucking believer in the Latino market, American market, Latinos, every fucking where, right? And the Latinos, what happens is, Spanish Medicare, Spanish AC, Spanish fucking anything, Spanish debt. The thing that happens with that, the generating the lead is cheaper. They convert better. And what happens that no one talks about on the advertiser side, that when they sign out like Susana Ortiz, guess what? They sign her up and then she tells her family and they tell 10 other people, and the affiliate doesn't get credit for that shit, right? So that's essentially the same thing you're saying, is that just be fucking transparent, because the more we can optimize based on that stuff. And yes, as long as they're telling you this stuff, prayer feedback, you're going to help them grow, right? And I think that's one thing that maybe this, I don't want to step on anyone's toes and shit, but like, I feel like with a lot of these other platforms, you don't have, unless you're spending something stupid. I heard you guys spend like something like 8 figures a month to get the status. You don't have that person that could help you figure out these things. I mean, with you guys, you have that, right? Am I right or wrong with that?
Correct. Yeah. I mean, anybody that comes in through referrals or events or partnerships, like we hold their hand for the first 30 days on platform. They get a straight training on a Zoom call. It's powerful. It's impactful. That's what I've noticed is, for the legit advertisers coming to the platform, about 30 days working hands on, they find that success. They start working with senior account analysts. They start scaling up 10, 15, 20,000 shortly thereafter. And it's magic.
Yeah, I love it. So let's talk numbers, Rex. Numbers are sexy. Numbers are what fucking sell. What's I mean, you don't have to say the biggest, but what's one of the best success stories you've seen where somebody, maybe they were new to Newsbreak, let's give it a shot. And I don't know. I feel like a lot of the good success stories, they start slow, they crawl, walk, and then they fucking explode. What's some sort of numbers you've seen some affiliates put? It could be lead gen, it could be ecom, whatever the fuck.
We're still so new. So like my mind is growing literally every month and breaking records, but I'll never forget early November, a drop shipper, young guy, 22 years old.
It's always the young guys, man.
Also very low key, right?
Yeah.
The very low key guys. And he came on the platform and he had 3 products and was scaled up to over $130,000 a day early November. And I had never seen anything more than 75K a day before that. And, the all-time highs are just continuously growing.
I love it, man. That's what's inspiration. That's what we're here to learn about. New ways to do it. And I'm going to definitely take advantage on the home services side, because I'm seeing right now, bro, it's fucking crazy. Again, going back to James's talk, him and I started running solar together in 2016. We started to make moves in 2017, 2018 features. And I don't want to say we got lucky, but we were fortunate in that, President Obama passed some legislation to give 30% tax credit, right? Trump didn't fuck with it, and Biden went and extended it. So what happened? We had tailwinds is what happened, man. But what happened was, like, I would see, man, every fucking month Facebook became more expensive. Everything became YouTube more expensive. So when we first started doing it, everyone was making money. The advertisers making money. We had a nice margin, but every year it got more and more compressed to the point where you could make maybe a 30% margin back then, and now you're lucky to make a fucking 8% margin, right? And you see that in home improvement as well. Like, it keeps compressing and compressing. You got to be on the lookout for new platforms, because you do have that ability to do that. And I think also it's not just because it's newer, but by having that one-on-one, by having that relationship value, we can pick up the phone and talk to somebody. I saw it again firsthand yesterday. The guy's and I do business with that guy too, so that's gonna fucking make me money too. And that's not home improvement, that's some other shit, man. But I love that, because I can't do that with another platform, man. I'm not big enough, and it sucks.
No, that's real. And that's something that we try to lean into, right? The early feedback with advertisers is, I can't get a hold of my Facebook graph. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. It feels like a black box. They updated some algorithm last week, and my CBC's,
you don't know what's going on.
No clue. And, I think that's benefit of we're on Slack channels, Telegram channels of all of our advertisers. A whole team's in there. We're jumping in, we're supporting the folks. And at the end of the day, we're not getting paid commission depending on how much you spend. I set up this program in a way that the account management team was there literally just to help you, right? And they're doing a good job, and they're being real humans and building real relationships. They're going to get a nice bonus at the end of the year, but it's not a quarterly commission plan.
I love that.
It's not trying to pump you full of fake promises or anything else like that. It's a very real type of engagement. And, it goes back to like that 30-day onboarding. I'm not going to sit there and call you 12 times and ask you to start running with us. Like, you have the onboarding, you have the tools to success, and now it's kind of up to you. You got to make that leap of faith. There's all those guys in this room that are crushing it. They're spending big volume, and the hope is that they understand the opportunity and they could find that success themselves.
I love it. It sounds like everyone's incentivized. And that's the quarterly. I like that end of year bonus. It reminds me, I went to NYU in New York during the .com bubble. All Wall Street, Goldman Sachs, these guys, they give a fat year bonus, year-end bonus. So it's gonna be long-term rather than short-term. Think of long-term rather than short-term, because quarterly could do all this bullshit, but long-term, that 1 year makes a lot of sense. I like that.
Absolutely. And that's our vision, right?
Yeah.
We're not trying to build a platform that just finds success one quarter. Like, we're trying to go public. In order to go public, we need to build a platform that takes the company from 1 billion valuation to a 10 billion valuation. And how do I do that? I have to expand into third-party markets. I need to build more demand and more supply, bring those together through our Nova ad server that connects users and advertisers. And that's the magic recipe.
Yeah.
That's what we're working on here today.
I love it, man. So I got to talk, you said about going public. We'll talk about that in a second. But being in you grew up in the Bay Area? Is that
I grew up in the Napa Valley, yeah.
Okay.
Wine country.
Wow. So I want to talk about this because, San Francisco is, man, like everyone talks about, I feel like, man, I don't know. I feel like the people in the business world know about San Fran, right? Silicon Valley, the Bay Area. But it's been so instrumental to not just America, but the world, right? Think about Apple, you think about how does that give you guys an edge? I would imagine you got to have so much fucking brain power, right? It's got to give Newsbreak an edge over a lot of other. You agree or no? And let's just talk about that.
It's the proximity environment, right? It's, you went to NYU probably for a reason. You want to be around the hustlers, the grinders, right? You probably moved to Austin recently as well, and you want to be around that type of environment. And we see that each and every day. But it's also about the knowledge, right? I was an early employee at Hoover. I worked there 2015 to 2020 and built 0 to 1 projects. And
well, you worked at Uber prior to this.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fucking great, man. That's amazing.
And so after that, I joined Newsbreak and entered the ads world. I didn't do anything in ads at Uber, but I built things 0 to 1.
Yeah.
And so I think that's like that hunger and that appetite and knowing I could fucking do it. Like we could do it. It doesn't take a genius. It doesn't take an MBA. It takes somebody who actually wants to make that initiative to make that leap of faith and go 0 to 1.
The last thing I was going to ask is about, what is Newsbreak's long-term goals? Like what's that? It sounds like you guys are I don't know why I use the word disrupting. I don't know if you're disrupting the industry, but you guys are creating, it's a change, and change is good, right? You got to do new things to grow. What is the goal with Newsbreak? Like where do you guys want to get to a year from now, 2 years, 5 years? Like what our long-term goal?
I think if we were to sit down in a podcast a year from now to affiliate take over Barcelona, my hope is that it's no longer Newsbreak. It's about our parent company. We're an engineering-led company. Newsbreak just happens to be our flagship app. Newsbreak just happened to be the ad platform that I built for the Newsbreak app. But we're building out new apps like Scoots, which has 1 million daily active users. It's like world star hip hop for 18, 35-year-old men. That's finding a lot of success, and the ad platform powers through that. We're also expanding this ad platform, working, like I said, with top weather companies, the -- 1 Bible app in the US. Like maybe they could white label the ad platform. They've never been able to sell performance ads before.
Wow.
Like maybe it's, a top weather platform .admanager.com. And that's ultimately where I'm trying to take this is the ad platform's kind of outgrowing the flagship app in Newsbreak. We'll pull it above. We'll continue to push it that way. We're building out the mediation unit. We're building out tools for publishers so that they make more money. We know the pain points as publishers. We built this mediation, and that's big key for it. One other cool product that we're doing is also building out some automation for newsletters as well. So we send 50 million newsletters every single day. I think we have the largest daily newsletter send, over 10 million opens, 50 million subscribers and growing. And so we had to build a lot of technology around deliverability and automation. When are people going to open? When are people not going to open? And so depending on that, and building that confidence of ourselves, we're ready to start to market that third party. Same thing with that ad platform, same thing with the mediation that we built. And so it's come down to like feeling those pain points as a publisher, building those tools for ourselves internally, and then expanding that externally. But at the end of the day, engineering-led company, we have this, parent company above us. A lot of people call us Newsbreak today, but I think we're much more than that, and we'll continue to expand on that.
I love that. I wanted to conclude there, but I want to jump into something else because I think this is big. You mentioned the Bible, religious. Were you guys doing a lot with you do any political stuff? Can you do political ads or you do anything with the right-wing audiences?
No, I manage our public-facing emails. We get hate mail from the right, from the left, and we're very nonpartisan, right? At the end of the day, we do content recommendation. We know what type of content you're clicking. We try to serve you more of that type of content. I think there's a certain demographic that spend a lot of time reading the news and are pretty angry in comments and whatnot. And so people may see that comment and then reach out to our support channels. But at the end of the day, it's content recommendation, right?
Yeah.
We have no preference. We're not trying to no political agenda. And because of that, if I were to take in ad dollars, it doesn't matter if it's a $2 Trump bill. Our users are going to think that we're now partisan. We're one side or the other.
Correct. That's
which
the issue.
impacts our ability to.
No, and again, I just feel like it's funny because we're living in such a this world we're in right now, and it's become, I don't know when this happened. I don't know if it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, but I feel like it was somewhere around there where like everything just flipped or like really fast, right? But as marketers, you can really take advantage of that, right? And you can really, there's certain demographics, like for example, like the right wing, they tend to have more. I think they like precious metals, right? They'll test out like a Bitcoin. They have money saved. They're willing to throw. Like I saw some guy. I heard about Bitcoin IRAs Affiliate Summit West in 2018, and I was all about it, man. And I didn't jump on that campaign, and I'm pissed I didn't. But the point is that there's always something there where you could kind of marry it. You got to know your consumer at the end of the day, right? So I feel like you have access to both. It doesn't matter, and you can recommend and you can make that work out. But I feel like you guys are sitting on some gold, man, and
it's working. Yeah,
it's working.
All first party data and world class engineers, and I get the pleasure of just coming to these cool conferences and talking to great people like you. It's I feel lucky. Yeah,
it's great. All right, guys, you heard it. Ryan Ludlow, general manager of Newsbreak. Guys, you know what? We should take a trip to San Francisco. I haven't been to San Francisco in like 15 fucking years.
Come to the Napa Valley. We'll come to the Napa Valley. Yeah. So we'll go wine tasting.
We'll go wine tasting. We'll check out the office. Give some behind the scenes kind of stuff. And guys, man, we're gonna be at Columbia Con 3. I'd love to have you guys there. Gonna be like 100 killer media buyers there that can take advantage of Newsbreak. So listen, you hear more about that. I think we're gonna be doing a lot with you guys, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it too.
Go, guys, from Barcelona.
Woo!
Get ready to level your shit up with the LFG Show. We travel the globe to bring you heavy hitters from all walks of life. We've been talking some serious business, from the best digital marketers, government contracting experts, to top athletic and celebrity doctors. We've got it all covered. We're talking to guys who've cashed in for billions with a B. And the best thing is, we're just getting started. So hold on tight. We're about to crank it up a notch. Get ready for next level networking and masterminds within the LFG community. Scared money don't make no money or honey. Hit the subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment, and let's fucking go.